Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after quite a long time to Rome Total War, the Britons campaign. Yes, it has been quite some time, and I do apologise for the very long break between this episode and the last one. It's just things have been very busy right now for me, so I don't exactly have a huge amount of time to record long episodes of series such as these. And I know I could technically do shorter episodes like I used to do with playthroughs, but then we wouldn't exactly get much done. It would pretty much be one battle would be an entire episode sometimes, unless I very heavily cut it. But yeah, and I've also been working on a new highly edited video, which is Random Shenanigans number 3, which has also been taking up quite a bit of what free time I have. But hopefully that will be done soon, so I can focus more on this and city skylines and perhaps another playthrough or two that I have in mind, but we shall see. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time talking in it before I hit the end turn button like I used to. So just for a quick recap, we've got Caldorvisco with his large full stack army ready to move towards the last two Spanish territories, which are rather heavily guarded. They still have quite a few troops left in the name, and they've also got a Carthaginian spy here. They are my allies, so I'm hoping they're going to go for these Spanish family members, and if they do, that's one whole less unit of heavy cavalry that I'll have to deal with in the long game. Carthago Nova, that's all fine, nothing to build there. Outside of that, we've also got up in the German territories, Caradog the Conqueror is currently retraining his troops, and he's going to march back down south towards this Brutii settlement here. In the meantime, we've got more troops moving up, gathering at these settlements here, where I'm also training a spy to scout out the remaining German settlements and see what they've got left in terms of military. And down here in Sicily, we've got the forces under Ammios and Woterix. The Cruel, he's now known as the Cruel. That's not actually a good trait. He's got no influence whatsoever. He's an intelligent risk taker and he's wrong-headed. Interesting. Yeah, he's honest as well. He's got quite an interesting mix of traits, but he has got brave at least, so that's important. And yeah. And so yeah, so far Syracuse here is rather poorly defended, so that should be a fairly easy conquest with just a good force of chosen swordsmen. But Lilybellium is going to be quite a tougher cookie, and of course we've got public order to worry about. I'm training more garrison troops and building public order buildings, so hopefully they'll be more in line next turn, especially once unrest starts to go down. But the main game is over here in Greece. These two settlements used to belong to the Brutii until Gwendolau the Conqueror, formerly known as Gwendolau the Honest, came along. Thermon, I've moved most of the troops except for a small garrison just to keep public order up. I'm also training some chosen swordsmen. I'm not going to train peasants as garrison troops here, because the Macedonians do have quite a large number of troops, because Thessalonica is quite well garrisoned, and that's companion cavalry. Oh no, that's Macedonian cavalry, as well as a large force up here. And I do remember seeing, I think it was another quite large Macedonian army moving up this way towards Thrace, except Thrace doesn't exist anymore. So, oh, that belongs to the Brutii as well, eh? Well, that's another target for conquest. But Thrace doesn't exist anymore, so this is all Macedonian territory. And then as far as... ooh, the Macedonians have actually been pushing up into Scythia. So, apparently this, if the map information is correct, the Scythians only have one more territory to their name. Right, the Macedonians have been expanding very far. Well then, that's an interesting new development. Anyway, in terms of victory conditions, we've only got 17 more regions to go. So I think if we conquer Macedonia and Greece, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Did I count this one? 15, 16. If we conquer all of Greece and Germania, as maybe move into Scythia or Asia Minor, or, no, these Brutii settlements here as well. Scipii, I keep getting confused between they're not Germans. The Roman families, I'm sorry. But I reckon we might not have to go into Egypt or further into the Middle East as I thought I might have to. There is a lot of good trade to be had here, no doubt about that. Look at all these... excuse me, sorry. But yeah, because the Egyptians are going to be quite tough cookies because they've got a lot of territory and no shortage of time to build up their troops. So, and of course that's very far away, so it's going to be very difficult to keep public order in line. So I reckon we'll be good with Greece, Sicily, and some of Northern and Eastern Europe. I've already gone for 6 minutes now, so I am very sorry. I'm going to hit enter now, and then we're going to see what this... We've also got these gold level head hurlers making their way down, and hopefully the Brutii don't see them and ambush them, because I really don't want to lose these guys. Because we're going to need head hurlers to use against the hoplites once we do face Macedonia. A suitable husband betrothed to Carmentania. He's not got a lot of good traits, but he is a good commander, and he's only 18 years old. Who is... She's 16. 16, 18. Well, by modern day standards, by most standards, that's acceptable. That's an acceptable age gap. So yes, welcome. And you are all the way over in Londinium. Right. Oh, and you guys can sod off, please. Go away. Right, so you, new blood, you've got quite a long march to get to... Yeah, you've got a very long way to go, but I want you to start making your way down towards this area. Because I can always use another commander for these armies out here. So, you I sent out to build a watchtower before realizing this was actually enemy territory. I suppose we could do some cavalry mercenaries just for running down routing troops, but anyway. So most of these guys are retrained. We've still got quite a lot of chosen swordsmen. I could merge them, but I'm worried about diluting the experience and weapon levels. Plus, do we have a smith here? We have a weaponsmith, so we could actually get these guys up to silver equipment, I believe. Or not, maybe that was some... a shrine. Public order is good here, so I'm actually going to get rid of this and build a shrine to Andrastia, because then we can get these guys some experience bonuses with retraining one. Now that's not until it's the second level, so never mind. Oh no! He was the governor here. Okay, that's hurt public order quite badly. And I don't have any more governors here. Meriadoc, the faction leader, who I thought was the chosen, but now I'm kind of not using him. Well, that I can move the tax rate down to low, and freaking rebels. Just go over there for now. And that's not a full garrison. I can't get anything down here. This settlement grows so fast, it's damn near impossible to keep everything in line. So we've got some space free. So, you know, just because we've got the money, hire mercenaries. And I could use them to get rid of these rebels, but blah. Nah. Gwendolyn the Conqueror now... Is that a second Carmentinia? Alright, Retina has... Family tree. A second... Female. Cartumundua. Cartumundua, we've got two Cartumunduras. Okay then. Well, whatever. Anyway, enough time wasting because we've got things to do. Construction report, construction everywhere. That's good to see. And lots of retraining, all that good stuff. And of course we've got the marriage, absolutely lovely. So Thermon is getting its chosen swordsman being trained up, and now it's time. So how many troops can we get out of here? I want the Cretan archers to meet. I'm going to leave behind. Oh, whoa. They've garrisoned that settlement to about as full as it can go. That's going to be a big fight. So Gwendolyn could attack it this turn, but not the rest of the guys. So I'm going to leave behind the hoplites. I could actually leave behind these swordsmen as well, because they've got silver equipment. So just as a test, how many people can I leave in here without it go? Public order isn't actually horrible, so if I leave behind the hoplites and then put the tax rate is low, okay, and leave behind the lesser experienced unit swordsman, that brings it down to yellow. Good. And that leaves 2 spaces free for these head hurlers. Perfect. We've got ourselves a full army once more under the command of Gwendolyn the Honest, and we're going to get some chosen swordsmen trained up here. In case, just so the Macedonians don't see lightly guarded settlements and think, ooh, that's a tempting target. But hopefully they're focused on their conquests up here against Scythia, because they are still at war with Scythia, aren't they? Yes. So hopefully they've got, with these big swaths of land, hopefully they've got most of their army sort of wandering around here, left, right and centre, trying to chase down the Scythian troops. So that next turn, Salona is going to be under attack. Wonderful. And I think we could do with a watchtower around here. So how far can you go? Right. Watchtower to expand our line of sight, then go back in there. I could find a use for you, I think. I want my troops, my generals out in the field. So Messina now has 105% public order, soon to go up by 5 thanks to the Bardic Circle, and unrest is going to be going down eventually, plus the garrison is going to be going up thanks to the peasants. Whoa, this one's down to purple. Low tax rate and get some more peasants, I guess. You're okay. Batavium, we've got to sort that out. Ah, Vindex the Honest. I need to find a use for you. Maybe. We'll see. Right, so you'll be. So that's my watchtower anyway. This is my territory, so I could just move you down there, and then you build a watchtower to expand our line of sight a bit further up that way. And then perhaps I can send you back up here, because we're building a second force, and build a shipwright for a bit of extra trade. Well, we won't get a weaponsmith in time. But get some chosen swordsmen for proper heavy infantry. Then we can send you lot north. Oh, you've got the spy as well. If you've got the spy. Aha! Hello. Right, you're 30 years old and you've got 1 subterfuge. Not good. But at least you've discovered that these 2 settlements right here are poorly defended. Now, during this changing turn screen, I did see a very large, nearly full-sack German army move down this way. So I'm not sure where that's going, but I need to keep an eye on it. Thankfully, I've got this spy for that. Brenius, welcome. Outside of that, Cador of Iska. Well, these guys are in the way. You might as well deal with them. Right, he's going to retreat. But, there's the large Spanish army up there. So they're not defending the settlement, so I could try and sneak past, but I would expect them to move back to Scipii since they now know that I'm coming. But anyway, I leak soul of whatever. That's a weak force. Only light infantry and some average cavalry. So the most dangerous thing in this army is the general himself, but he's going to be quickly cut down by chariots. Alright, so as expected, they hid themselves up or station themselves up on the nearest hill. So I'm going to just essentially swamp them with a huge line of chosen swordsmen, and then sweep in with the chariots to hit them in the flanks. Oh, these round shield cavalry are going to melt very quickly in the face of chariots. While the infantry is no doubt going to melt when faced with the likes of chosen swordsmen. So, quickly pause. I'm going to... You two come along this way, while you lot just charge. That's it. You, and you, and you, and you, and the rest of you. Like that. General getting a bit closer. You guys prepare to chase down any fleeing units, and you lot, in we go. Not going to bother war crying because I don't think I need to. And hello, they're just begging to be whomped by chariots. Come here. Caught them. Well, those guys will probably break right away. Oh gosh, but they've all broken straight away. Okay, stop. Okay, you guys come this way. You lot kill the horses first because we can easily chase down the infantry. Although I probably want one of you... Okay, stop. You lot just hit the general. He may be tough, but he'll quickly fall against chosen swordsmen, no doubt about that. Well, he's standing his ground for the minute, but that's probably not going to last that long. Good lord, what are you guys doing? Kill him! There he is. Okay, those horses... Oh, yes. We only took a couple of casualties with that one. See if you can kill him. Okay, we'll use the light horses to chase him down. The chariots can hit the infantry just fine. And chosen swordsman, you just stay where you are. Yep. Oh, it's just him and one of his bodyguard left. Hopefully, our light cavalry should be fast enough to chase him down. But otherwise, nice, quick, clean victory. So sadly, Ilixco did get away. He was just a bit too fast for the light cavalry to be able to catch up in time. But 217 to just 4. I call that a victory. So with that, he retreats all the way up there, and Caldor of Eastgate is going to continue the march. And yes, he will be there next turn. Gwendolau the Conqueror will be in Salona next turn, and next turn as well, Caradog the Conqueror. Actually, no, I'm going to use you guys. No, I want to use you guys as a garrison force on Montegamon, just so I can send Caradog's entire army down towards Greece. Although I've also got you. Oh, you're a new guy as well. And you know what? Oh, I can also use these guys as a garrison force as well. That's perfectly fine. So I can send Caradog's entire army out next turn, with these guys just staying behind to hold the fort against the Germans. Although, technically, leave these guys behind as garrison. Or not. No, I'm going to need to leave someone behind. I won't need the cavalry in city sieges. Okay. Just get some mercenaries to serve as a garrison force. There we are. That works, because I kind of want to get used to trying to get used to use head hurlers, since I'm going to hopefully be using them against the Macedonians. So just get a bit of practice in on the Germans, even though the Germans are quite a different beast, but they do have phalanxes. So that will make good practice. There we are. I'm thinking smart. So for you, I think a market. Need to find a use for you, Vindex, because you've not really been able to do much so far. In the meantime, I can probably continue to use you as a sort of makeshift... No. Hire these guys. We'll use you as a scout. That's quite well garrisoned. And I would expect that one to probably be as well, since the Brutii are probably training as many troops as they possibly can out of desperation. Now we can actually, I just discovered we can actually leave Messenia right now, and it will be in passable public order. It's going to go up thanks to the Bardic Circle and the reduction of unrest, and the new and the incoming peasant garrison. And we can get some mercenaries, which I'm actually going to recruit to bolster my forces, and also get my guy a mercenary captain. Unfortunately, some rebels I didn't notice because of the damn city title have just gotten in the way. I would like you lot to sod off, please. And, right, just retreat further towards the city I'm trying to attack. You're in my way, and now you're going to die. This small crappy rebel force stands between us and our target of conquest. That's going to they're going to very quickly regret that. So I'm just sending my generals forth in order to activate skirmish mode on these guys, so they don't try to hit our men. And now we're going to try and swap their general. Technically that's just round shield cavalry, so that's going to quickly... Oh, whoa, okay. Need to keep an eye on my infantry as well. You guys just sweep around and hit them. And that round shield cavalry is shaken. About to be stirred, and by that I mean wavering, because they're being cut down and they've broken. Hit the skirmishers now, because these guys are broken as well. There we go. Whoa, you guys, stop firing, I'm going to hit my own men. Well, that's of it. No casualties! I finally got to do a battle with no casualties, which I don't think I've actually done before, because the rebels have always managed to get 1 or 2 lucky kills. Kaboom! So with them out of the way, we can now move to our true target. Syracuse. Formerly Greek, now Roman, soon to be... Okay, sorry. Formerly Greek, now Roman, soon to be British. Glorious. I don't think I'll really bother with a ram. I'll get a couple of siege towers and then a selection of ladders. That's probably a bit overkill because they've only got... Okay, Praetorian cohorts, they're going to be the tough cookies, but I have actually got peltasts and such that can hurt them. And the faction leader is here, alias Scipio. He's 59, but he doesn't have much in the way of stats to his name. Oh boy, not the best faction leader. The Scipii must be scraping the bottom of the barrel because I'm killing guys, so left, right and centre. As would likely be the case with the Brutii. So, hello, that Carthaginian assassin is chasing after this guy. And there's a Scythian diplomat all the way down here, interesting. So he spotted a Spanish army apparently trying to lay an ambush. It's just during the earn turn screen, this guy popped up and I heard the scream of ambush. So, whatever. Right, end of turn report. Ooh, hello. Army upkeep is shot up. My income can cover that. I think it's just because I was recruiting and building a whole lot for retraining and such. But whoa. Corruption and other expenditure. Christ, are we becoming incredibly corrupt or something? We've got money to spare though. Polyena. Oh, Gaius Tullius. A spy. There. No concern of us. And hello. I think they're training so many troops that they've literally got troops spawning outside of the city they're being recruited in. And Batavium... Oh, for goodness sake! Batavium's in poor shape. And those frickin' rebels in their zone of control. I should have just gone here. Damn it! And... well... I really don't want to risk losing Meriadoc, so Batavium... Well, if I just... There we go. If I just get one more unit of peasants recruited, it lowers the population enough to keep it under control for this turn. And hello. Whoa. We've got quite the look of you. He's positive. +1 morale. Ah. That's a good start. We've got a new family member. I'm renewing... whatever. So, where can I send you? I think you're going to go on a long march... You'll go where you're needed. If we need more generals up here, we'll send you up this way. If we need more down here for the push towards Greece, then you'll go down here. You've got time to decide. We've got buildings being built everywhere. Segestica High King's Hall. You're now a minor city, not a minor barbarian city, not a Roman one. Good. You can get yourself a shipwright. Get a bit of extra trade going, just to make sure that we're not blowing all of our money away. And recruitment left, right and centre. Peasants and barbarians, peasants and chosen swordsmen. Our favourite... Ugh. Ah, sorry. Talking too much, and now my throat, keep getting caught in my throat. So come down here and scout out this settlement, would you please? As I suspect, whoa. That's a large army and a large garrison. Go back over there, please, and hopefully he won't try to pursue you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Whoa! Okay, that full stack German army just suddenly decided to move in there. Right. Get yourself a Sacred Grove around Astra. Sadly, no experience point retraining for you. All of you guys move out of the settlement. You in, and you go up here actually, so you can garrison this settlement. And I want you to start heading up that way as well. You, if you'd be so kind, and you know what, get some mercenaries. These guys can push the ram and serve as a garrison force. This might be why my money isn't going up now, because I'm hiring so many mercenaries. And they're among the more expensive side when it comes to troop maintenance, because they're mercenaries. Still, get ourselves some rams. This place isn't well guarded, some basic infantry. Well, 2 phalanxes, they're going to be a threat, and axemen, they're certainly nothing to... Not you want to underestimate them, because they are effective against armour, though we don't really wear much in the way of armour. I'd like you to move up this way. No sign of any more German armies along this way, so this must be the bulk of their forces. That's a lot of... Whoa. That guy looks angry. That's an intimidating stare if I ever saw one. A lot of phalanxes. So that is going to be quite costly unless we can find a good flanking route. And we don't want to get the chariots involved. But from the looks of it, the Germans... They shouldn't have too many more settlements, I'd expect. At least I'd hope not. I wonder if they still think it was a good idea to betray me and declare war on me all those years ago. All the way somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, I'd expect they're not now. Right, so you could actually assault Syracuse, and you, ooh, hang on, if we attack him and he doesn't retreat, we could lure them out of the city. I like the sound of that. Let's find out, shall we? Oh yes, it worked. We've lured them out of the city as they try to reinforce Captain Oppius and his puny Roman cavalry. So, Herminius Brutus. That's a lot of auxilia. So, and just Hastati. You've got a good cavalry force. That's a lot of Roman cavalry. But aside from that, you've only got 2 units for Hastati, and the rest of your infantry are all spearmen. We don't want to get Gwendolyn involved personally unless we see a good opportunity, because all that spearmen will be deadly. Roman cavalry, that is good cavalry, it is heavy cavalry. It won't work in a straight fight for long against chosen swordsmen, but we will... It does have a good charge. We need the chariots to deal with them and hope my infantry can hold the line. Head turtlers we can use, they don't... But enough talking. We're fighting this on the open field, I'd much rather do that than fight them in a city. Right, so we don't exactly have the most open battlefield, which is what I kind of wanted. So they're going to start in this zone, and their reinforcements, the reinforcements are going to start right at the back there. So I've got plenty of time to essentially position my men after the battle begins. You guys at the back. So, head hurlers and Cretan archers. Wonderful. The Cretans can weaken them from afar, and hopefully we'll be able to get in a few shots with the head hurlers. Alright, so them coming in the corner. So I actually want to position my guys here. I want them to be out in the open just so I've got plenty of... Well, at least I can see what's going on for the most part. Because they've got a lot of cavalry, and I'm going to need to keep an eye on it and get my chariots involved in the right moment so they can kill their cavalry, but not get bogged down by all of that auxiliary spearmen that they've got. Hopefully, since our forces are evenly matched in terms of numbers, I'd expect. Although victory is almost a certainty for me. Although that might be because the reinforcements are only just coming in. But maybe they'll actually attack me instead of having me come to them. We'll see. No, from the looks of it, they're letting me come to them. They're hiding in the woods right here, so I want to kind of position myself around here to try to minimize what uphill advantage they've got. For whatever reason, one unit of light auxilia has just decided to walk away from the main force. Well, if you want to die that badly, then who am I to try to stop you? You're about to meet the full force of the Cretans. And you know what? Let's send in the hair-tellers as well. Give them a chance to get some blood. And hello. What are you guys doing? Go on, head hurlers. Get some heads hurling. No, they're going to charge. Okay, let's get some of my chosen swordsmen involved because I don't want to lose valuable head hurlers because the cavalry's coming. Right, sorry head hurlers. And Cretans, hold your fire because my guys are about to get involved in melee combat. Okay, hit the cavalry. I like here come the rest of them. Right, chariots, I want you over here because you'll melt cavalry. These guys are spearmen, so they're not ideally suited for frontline fighting, as I'm sure I've said many times before. And they probably because my guys are hidden, so they're sending their units forward, thinking, "Oh, we can just get off a splinter force." That could be what's going on. Right, their cavalry is all coming forward, and now, well, if they're going to send them out piece by piece like this, then be my guest. Right, that unit's broken. Finish off this one. We did lose a chariot, unfortunately, but well, we can always retrain. And these guys, they're losing a lot more cavalry. Don't stand there. They're losing a lot more cavalry than we are. And you know what? No, chariots, stay out of there. They're spearmen. Okay, so they essentially just threw away a good number of their troops there. I don't know why, but they did. And they've got peasants with them. I didn't see that. They're so desperate, they're starting to field peasants. Right, now actually I can reposition all my guys here. So, stop what you're doing. So now I can essentially hopefully try to nab their uphill advantage of them. Okay, they're starting to move now. They've broken, you know what, just ride them down. And hit that cavalry as well. See if you can get that to break and actually leave the field. That'll be one less unit of cavalry that I'll need to deal with. They're broken and they've just been nearly completely wiped out. Well done. Very well done. Those are starty. Okay, here comes the rest of the force. Okay, my guys out here are a little exposed, so you lot actually start running back just in case you get caught out on your own. Those auxilia try to charge my chariots. Okay, those guys are actually winded, so I'll let you guys stay here. While my fresh swordsmen line up here on the double. And my ranged units just stay there for the time being. And Gwendolau, you're in the back. That's not a place for you to be. And chariots. Actually, keep running. Those auxilia are still charging you. Let's let my swordsmen get involved, shall we? And you lot actually stop running and line up there. I'll send my chariots around the other side to try and get some flanks off. Those auxilia are routing, good. We can cut them down quite quickly. And are they retreating? That cavalry unit's charging at us on the looks of it. If they are retreating... No, not the chariots. Stay there. You lot, quickly... I said not the chariots! There. Okay. That's all good. Cretans, I want you guys to come back. Hit the cavalry. That's good. I don't think they've really got any problem. That's a captain. So that's the unit of cavalry. Maybe that's why they're charged, because they're acting independently. They've killed a couple of my guys, but yeah, they're running away.
This is no longer a battle, this is a hunt. No, a coward chase.
Well then, we're not really going to be able to catch them, and even if we do, they're going to turn around and fight, so I don't want to risk any more chariots. But at least we took out a couple of units of their cavalry, so we won't have to fight it.
You have killed the enemy general.
Nice.
Now his
Let's end the battle. So we wiped out a few units, so we won't have to deal with them in the city siege. That's alright with me. And Gwendolen now has a galloper that increases his command stat even further. And despite the fact he's a conquering hero, so I would kind of expect him to have a bit more command, but hey-oh, at least, whatever, enough. Right, this is a standard wooden wall, so just build every single round that we can. Rhymed. And Salona will fall next turn. That's the faction there now. You thought you could get away from me, eh? You thought wrong. So, he is a natural born leader, eh? He's in the pink, so he'll be tougher to kill. He is dubious. Excuse me. He's a master trader, but he's financially irregular. Interesting. So he's going to be tougher to kill, but he has no morale bonuses. Alright. In the meantime, Caradog the Conqueror, you're going to be steadily... Let's march towards this one first, because that one just has the garrison force and not the large army next to it. You... Did I? No, that's going to be next turn. So Syracuse, that's actually next on the list, because we've got our siege equipment there. But first off, we'll leave that till later, because that's just a small, insignificant battle, and they're going to run away anyway. So let's go with a proper siege, shall we, of a large city. And that's their capital now, eh? Well, whatever. Syracuse, well, it's not exactly going to be a huge battle, because it's just a few garrison troops, but hey-oh. We can do it. So, Elias Scipio, the faction leader. You're an outstanding speaker. You've been in the war, so you're going to be a bit tougher to kill as well. Should be another player, because I've never seen that retinue before. Political power must be used whatever the source and wherever it is found, eh? Prim and proper. Faction leader. Right, so you're going to be a bit tougher to kill, and you'll have a lot of bodyguards to your name. Oh, 23 really, but that's still quite a bit for a general's unit. And the Praetorians as well, who are going to be tough to kill, but we outnumber them by far. So, welcome to Syracuse, a formerly Greek city that is now Roman, and they have an awesome Temple of Saturn there. Look at the size of that thing. Well, there's a monument to the gods if I've ever seen one. Although I think we also saw one in the large city in Rome, or in that the Scipii city in Italy that we conquered. But I brought a few too many siege ladders and such, so I'm only going to use the siege towers around the gates and the ladders on either side just to surround whatever units they've got guarding the wall, which I'd expect to be either the Praetorians or the Hastati that I have here, or whatever other military unit they had. So the rest of the chosen swordsmen, I'm going to keep you guys out of this, and the hoplites I'm going to keep out of it as well as the generals. So who's guarding the wall? No one. Right, they're unconcerned about the walls. They've just got the Hastati down there. And the Praetorians, from the looks of it, are guarding the plaza. Works for me. So, the only casualties we'll take from the towers. Alright then. We might as well just send these guys forth just to capture the gatehouse and the towers. And the rest of my units can just march straight in. Well, our guys are on the wall now. All we need to do is just casually waltz across the walls and capture the towers. And actually, see if we can capture this one and it's getting fire down on the Hastati. We'll let the towers do the work for us. That tower belongs to me. We're going to do it before the towers can even land. Okay, stop. That tower belongs to us. Is it shooting them? No, I think they're right in the dead zone between those two towers, annoyingly enough. Alright, let's come over here. You guys capture the gatehouse, and the rest of you, if you'd be so kind, march inside. Thank you very much. Well, they've actually decided to come running this way to try to protect their gatehouse, but all they're succeeding in doing right now is getting hit in the back with a tower. And they're also going to run past this tower as well, and these guys are actually coming down this way, so they're going to have to stand and fight. Damn it. Right, this is going to be some unnecessary casualties. And plus we're going to getting hit by the towers as well. But these are just a starter. They won't last long. These guys don't care. Saying this lot do all the fighting. Alright, the tower that... Well, okay, they don't care anymore. We can just chop them down a few times while they run. They're still steady, annoyingly enough. Get in there. For goodness sake, you're just leaving these three to do all the fighting themselves, are they? I took a few more casualties than needed because of that, but it's just one unit and this is a big city. They can be retrained. And here comes the rest of them. You guys are about to get sandwiched. Chop, chop, chop. And now they're routing, and they're going to be routing through my guys, so they're going to be cut to pieces. Okay, you guys stop. Save your stamina. So now we literally just need to walk to the plaza, which unfortunately from this angle is going to be a bit of a long walk. But you let him get through. You morons. Okay, the gatehouse did it for you. There. To the plaza then. Okay, we're finally at the plaza after a long march. Unfortunately, we did take quite a few more knocks in the towers as we walked past them, so I think we're probably going to take just as many, if not more, casualties from the wall defences and from the actual garrisons I probably said earlier. But and these guys are still winded despite just casually marching all that way. So we're just going to march onto the plaza. This will no doubt get their attention. And as soon as they start turning, okay, as soon as they react, okay, war cry. Here they come. Right, while the war cry is active, you lot deal with the Praetorians, and the rest of you guys move around the flanks because the general's going to charge straight afterwards. There we go. They're going to delay by throwing their peeler, so we're going to get the charge in and they won't. There we are. And that charge just got blunted by their own men, and now their general's right in the thick of it, and he's completely surrounded. He's on his own out there. Cut him down. The Scipii faction leader. He's going to be tougher to kill, but I have faith in you guys. You can do it. We're completely swamping them now. Oh, yes. And there he goes. The Scipii leader is down. And now the factionaire has just become the faction leader of what is the dying Roman family. Just like the others. The Senate is no more, the Julii are no more, and the Brutii are going to have to make their desperate last stands against the incoming British forces. Chop, chop, chop. These Praetorian cohorts are tough, but when completely surrounded by upgraded, experienced, and tough chosen swordsmen, even they can't hold the line. 4 left, 4 defences. Only 2 left from the looks of it. Oh, just the one. And come on, he's going to get stabbed. Get his kidney, dead. Well done. A well-deserved celebration. Congratulations. You fought well. So, that's actually one of the more even fights that we've had, 104 to 101. I'm kind of curious as to how many of those were just from the towers, because we did take quite a few knocks on those since we had quite a way to walk. Either way, Syracuse now belongs to us. We're going to get 18,000 denarii from exterminating. Ka-ching! You've got a famous warrior now, which increases morale even further. Very nice. And you your bloodies. That's even more morale. Victor. Oh, might we get another conqueror on the way? I like the sound of that because he's known as the Cruel. Right, so as I'd hoped, we can actually retrain our chosen swordsman here. Oh, that's perfect. Lovely. So we're going to get some more troops trained up here. Macedonia is now in the green. Whoa. Unrest has gone down quite a bit. Get yourself a great market. And stop training peasants. Start training chosen swordsmen. And we're retraining here. Once that's done, we can essentially send out a full-sized force to take out Lilybonium. And we'll own Sicily. 16 more regions. We're about to have one more. I should recount. 1, 2, 3, 4 eventually. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we can get this done easily. Quite easily. We might even take Carthage as well. I like that purely for the trade. And despite the Scipii. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of Rome Total War, the Britons campaign. It is good to be back, and I hope to have not such a long break between this episode and the next one. So I hope you will join me for the next episode, where we are going to capture the largest Brutii settlement remaining, Salona, with Gwendolyn the Conqueror. And then we've got Caudor the Conqueror to deal with these last 2 Brutii settlements, and finally one of the biggest thorns on our side is going to be removed. And then Boldstrom is going to be taken over as we continue to deal knocks after knocks into the Germans after their betrayal many years ago. And hopefully the conquest of Spain might be on its way towards coming to its end as we take over the last 2 Spanish settlements and then proceed towards Sicily and Greece and all these other places that we'll need to conquer before the end. I'll hope to see you then.